Welcome back. Today our commander is Kona Rescue Beastie. It's a 4/3 beast survivor out of the new set of Duskmourn, and it has survival at the beginning of your second main phase. If Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Yes, that's about as green as it can get. So we're going to have a ton of creatures that can tap our Kona, so a lot of creatures that can crew our Kona, even cards that can add extra mana by tapping it, so Springleaf Drum, Satanic Stalwart, and all sorts of that. And of course, because we're running green, you can see this huge column over here of these absolute bombs, and essentially when we get them out there, we win the game. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into the games. Okay, this hand isn't terrible, so we're going to keep it here. We just have a little bit of higher mana cards, but the Roaming Throne is really nice, and Kona can get those cards for free as long as we draw another land, and potentially a way to tap it, which we have plenty of ways to do that in the deck. Going against Quintorius Khand, the Planeswalker. We're going to pass a turn after we play a Forest. Alright, plays an Arena of Glory. We're going to just play another Forest, pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent does on their turn. Anything? Planes into nothing. Okay, we draw another Forest. We're just going to pass the turn. Depends on what we draw, but we're either going to play Roaming Throne or Kona. And maybe what our opponent plays. Okay, Urabrask's Forge is an issue, but we have plenty of stuff that can outpace that with Kona existing. Okay, we draw a Smuggler's Copter. So we're going to play the Kona here. And then we're just going to pass the turn. Does our opponent have a removal spell for our Kona? Ondu Sky Ruins tapped. Trumpeting Carnosaur kills the Kona. Okay, that's fine. Urabrask Forge triggers. Alright, and we draw a Snakeskin Veil. We're going to play the Roaming Throne here. We're going to choose Beast for our Kona, and then we're just going to pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Fabled Passage, tap sacks it. Let's see. Probably red. Yep. Plays the commander, potentially. Has enough mana to do so now. Nope, just passes to combat and passes turn as well. We draw Sorok and Gorklaw. We're going to play a Smuggler's Copter here. We're going to go to combat, swing in with a 4/4. Bring him down to 18. And pass the turn. Thrilling Discovery. Alright. So he can gain 2. Cycle his hand out a little bit. What did he discard? Okay. Vicious Farmhand. Yeah, that's fine. He can ramp a little more. Plays the planes that he ramped. Urabrask's Forge. He's going to swing in with the 4/1. Yep. We're going to go down to 18 life. And then he has to sack it. Alright, it's our turn. We draw a Cavern of Souls. We're going to choose Beast. We're also going to play not Fabled Passage, the Great Henge. Similar arts. Both have a big tree on them. And then we're going to swing in with the 4/4 again. Does our opponent block? Yep, they do. Alright, and then we're just going to pass the turn after that. So next turn, a Kona is going to be coming out there, along with the World Spell. Because we will be able to tap it off of the Smuggler's Copter. We're going to take 5. Is that all our opponent is going to do, or does he play his commander as well? Oh, farewell. Well, yeah, that deals with that. There goes all of our stuff. Back to square one. Alright. And we draw a Delighted Halfling. So we can either play the Ashaya here and have some advantage, or Delighted Halfling and try to get the Kona. I think we're just going to do the Ashaya here, and then we're just going to pass the turn. So we have a 6/6 advantage out there. And it's going to be kind of hard to respond in red-white unless there's something that can boost itself or just removal for the Ashaya. Like a Swords to Plowshares or a Path to Exile would really just get rid of it. Or even just a shock spell. Okay, Archangel Elspeth pluses it to create a 1/1 with lifelink. We draw a Snow-Covered Forest. We can either play the World Spell, Virtue of Strength. Ooh. Sirac Goreclaw isn't bad either. Yeah. That's really hard to pass up. And then we'll just go to combat, swinging with the 8/8 at the Archangel Elspeth. So it'll go through. He gets to gain a life. Let's see what our opponent does. Maybe another board wipe. There it is. We draw Llanowar Elves. Okay, we're gonna play... Ooh. We're gonna play the Garenbrig Growth here. We're gonna grab back the Ashaya, or not the Ashaya, the Sirac Goreclaw. And then we're just going to play the Llanowar Elves. And then we will pass the turn after that. Heraldic Banner. Okay, does he choose white or red? I'm assuming... Oh, I was about to say red. Alright, we draw a Veil of Summer, which is also useless against this deck. Okay, we're going to play the Sirac Goreclaw here. Any response? None. Perfect. Delighted Halfling. Response? Nope. Sirac Goreclaw will trigger. We're going to boost it up and give it haste. Go to combat, swinging with our 2/3 Delighted Halfling. Going to flash in something. Nope. Bring him down to 19. Pass the turn. There's the commander. I'm assuming he pluses. Oh no, he minuses to Discover 4. What is he gonna get? Alright, a Arcane Signet. He pings us, gets to gain some life, and does nothing else. Alright, we draw a Snow-Covered Forest. We're gonna play that. We're also gonna play the Kona here. Since it has haste now, we can immediately attack with it, and there's no blockers we have to worry about. It'll be perfect. Go to combat. We're gonna swing in with everything except the Llanowar Elves at our opponent, and the Llanowar Elves is going to the Quintorius command, or Quintorius Pond. Teferi's Protection, yep, that deals with that, but we do still get the Kona trigger, so it wasn't completely useless of a combat. Okay, Kona will trigger. We're going to get the World Spell. We're going to choose at 1 since we only have two instants in our hand. Ooh. Ulamog or Unnatural Growth? I think we gotta go with Ulamog here. And then we're just going to pass the turn after that. Let's see if our opponent does anything of importance. Another board wipe. Wow. Okay, that's fine. Gets rid of everything. I'm assuming he boosts. Yep, creates a 3/2 red-white spirit, but it's boosted thanks to the Heraldic Banner. So he has a 4/2 out there. Anything else? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, we draw. The World Spell will trigger. We're going to reveal... Well, that's easy. And then we're also going to play the Virtue of Strength here. Let's see if there's a potential counter or removal for it, because white has plenty of enchantment destruction. Nothing. Well, Galta and Ulamog is going to come out there. Have fun dealing with that. Boromir is not bad. That's a pretty decent card. Alright, the World Spell will trigger here. We're going to get the... Actually, we're just going to do the Galta and the Somberwald Sage. And we're not going to use the Galta to get the Ulamog out there. The reason being is I want to hard cast the Ulamog. And we're going to make them exile the top half of their library rounded up. Thank you, computer, for doing that. And we're going to get 6 or 9 +1/+1 counters, which is great for us. We're also going to play the Kona here. Any responses? No mana tithe or something like that? Perfect. We're going to go to combat. We can't attack with anything, and we're just going to pass the turn. Looking at the Ulamog, but it does have Ward Sack to permanence, so if he is going to target it, that would be great. Then we can just use our Snakeskin Veil to potentially have some more protection. Although another board wipe would really hurt if our opponent gets something like that. And it doesn't look like it. He's going to get the Artist's Talent, which is fine. It's not going to do much anyways. Plays a Mountain. Has a ton of mana, so I'm waiting for a board wipe. Alright, plays his Commander again. He can cycle a little bit. He's looking for that board wipe. Discard Chandra, Hope's Beacon. We're going to let the Quintorius go through. There's no point in stopping it, since we have nothing to stop it. Exiles a Mondrak, plays the Mondrak for free. Quintorius Khan deals us 2 more damage, and he gains 2 more life. That's fine. Gets the Mondrak. Double tokens. Wandering Emperor. Can exile target capped creature, which is a pretty good card against our deck. However, we already have such a board state. Yep, our opponent decides to concede. So that was a really good game. We just kind of outpaced our opponent, even living after all of those board wipes. We just still head through, and we'll just go on to the next game. Wow, this hand's looking pretty amazing. We're just going to keep that. Going against Hualti, Poet of Unity. The flip Hualti. Okay. Play the Forest, pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent does on their turn 2. Because I know what we're doing. We're going to go into the north a little bit, where it's a little cold. But he did bring his Esper Sentinel, so we will be able to get some advantage of us traveling in the upward direction. Get the free forest. We're just going to pass the turn. Next turn, Kona is going to come out there. If it lives, we're going to get some triggers off of it. Swings in with the 1/1 Esper. Yep, we draw a Relic of Legends. Perfect for our Kona later. Any response? Nothing. Perfect. Any response now that he has mana? Or does he just play his Commander? Hope for the Commander. Hope for the Commander. Come on. Okay, Idyllic Tutor. I'm glad that we got the Kogla to respond to that. Let's see what Broken Enchantment he's going to add to his hand. Yep. Well, that's why we got the Kogla. That's why we have the Kogla. Alright, we're just going to save the Kogla as a little bit of a sneak peek. Actually, we can only do that when we attack with it, so we're going to play the Relic of Legends here. Our opponent is going to force us to pay. Well, not really force us. We can choose not to. We're not going to swing in. We are just going to full control here. We're going to do no attacks, use Relic of Legends, add a green, tap the Kona, go to the main. We are going to get out of full control. We're going to choose the Kogla here. We're going to get rid of the Mr. Advantage. Let's see. Ramp or return. Never mind, we're going to get rid of the other advantage card, because we don't want him getting his dinosaurs back. And the Esper Sentinel isn't going to be a huge issue since we don't have a ton of non-creatures, so it's not like it matters that much anyways. Looks like he didn't read the cards, or at least my card. So we're going to play the Thorn Mammoth here. We're going to fight the Esper Sentinel. And then we're going to go to combat. We're going to swing in for a total of 11. And we're going to pop the Defense of the Heart. Yep, he says oops. Let's see. Survival. Thank you, Kona. Free Oyer Kaslem. Thorn Mammoth triggers, but there's no targets for it to hit. Let's see what our opponent does. A board wipe would really hurt us right now, if that is a possibility. Rampaging Raptor. Doesn't look like it. It's a 4/4 with haste and trample, but it doesn't do much when you have really big creatures. We're going to swing in with the 7/6, the 6/6, and the 6/5. We're going to try and hit with the Oyer Kaslem to get something, and he decides to take it all. So that was a really quick game. Our opponent had no response, and even with trying to get the Defense of the Heart, since we had Kogla, it just got rid of it. On to the next game. Alright, this game, our hand is looking pretty good. We're going to keep it here, going against Omnath, Locus of All. Well, Locus of All that, buddy. Allosaurus Shepherd, turn 1. No more counters unless you kill Allosaurus Shepherd. Alright, we're going to draw a Kogla. We're going to just pass the turn after that, after we swing in with our little Shepherd. That can't be countered, or have anything else countered. That's green, which is our entire deck. Go to attackers, now it's our turn. Alright, Elvish Mystic, perfect for us. We're going to play the Elvish Mystic here, and we're going to go to combat, swinging with the 1-1 again. Putting in work. Little elf dinosaur boy. Let's see what our opponent does. Land. Hopefully. Kill spell, maybe. Sabai Triumph, alright. Nothing else? Well, perfect. Oh, and a portal to Phyrexia. Wow, that'll be great for later. Kona. Can't be countered. Swinging with the 1-1. Pass the turn. Next turn, probably a Guardian Project. Or maybe something that can tap the Kona if he plays a creature. That will be problematic. So our Kona can't be tapped. Or it can be tapped, but it'll probably die. Plays a Ragrin Trio. Well, I guess it doesn't matter that much. Guardian Project, here we go. Swinging with the 4-3. Response opponent, flash in something. Nope. Takes the 4. Kona triggers. And we could be mean, which won't do anything. Mean, which will do something. Mean, which will also do something, but not as much as this mean. We'll play this mean guy. We're going to draw, thanks to Guardian Project. And he decides to concede. So that was a really, really quick game. Because, I mean, Kona's just kind of busted in Arena. So we're just going to move right on to the next. Alright, this hand is actually looking pretty good, so we're going to keep that here. Going against Pontlaza, Sun Favored. We've gone against so many dinosaurs. Okay, let's see. We're going to play probably Jaspera Sentinel or Jaspera Sentinel first. Or Satano Stalwart. Almost said Star Wars. Doesn't matter, though. Let's see what our... Okay, play the Jaspera Sentinel, pass the turn. 1-2 with reach, 1 drop that can add for extra mana if we have another creature out there. Let's see if our opponent does anything else in response. He kills it. Our little thing that can hold a bow in the trees. With little other guys that can hold a bow in the trees. Gets a Scry, we draw a Forest, which is pretty good. Satano Stalwart. Almost said Star Wars again. Maybe we'll just be Satano Never mind. It's just another elf out there. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that card with how I've been talking. Alright, we're going to play the Kona on turn 3. And then we're just going to pass the turn. Let's see if our opponent has a turn 4 play that will get rid of the Kona. Or else, my favorite card will come down. And getting me some other favorite cards. Ranging Raptors. Alright, so we can ramp with it if it's dealt damage. Well, that's going to be an issue, I guess. Tribute to the World Tree. We're going to use the Satano Stalwart to tap for green. I said it right this time. Use Kona. Yep, that's the one I want to tap. Don't go to combat. Kona will trigger. We're going to grab the Galta, 12-12 Trample Dinosaur. Yeah, we've gone against some dinosaurs recently, but we also have our own that pack quite a big punch. Play a Forest, pass the turn. So we do have a Tameo safekeeping in case he does have a board wipe, and we can keep one of our cards out there. That's a creature, most likely being Galta, because Galta is kind of crazy. Just a 12-12 Dino with Trample is a little hard to get around. And we can draw a ton next turn thanks to Return of the Wild Speaker. And we can potentially get even more off of Kona. But let's see what our opponent does before we make any rash decision. Wow. I'm not even going to try and complete it. Pantlaza. Yep, here we go. Pant Laser. Sun favored. It's a sun favored laser of pants. Savage Stomp. Okay. Yep. Okay, gets to fight one of our stuff. I wonder what it's gonna be. Well, yeah, well. Hi, Tamio. Thank you for keeping my Kona safe. Giving hexproof indestructible and helping us stay alive a little longer with some extra life. Okay, we draw a Llanowar Elf, so we're gonna play the Return of the Wild Speaker here. We're gonna draw a ton. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna auto pay here. And we're gonna tap the Kona. So we can get a freebie. Ooh, that's some good stuff. That's really awesome. We're going to play land for turn. Cavern of Souls is going to be the land that we're going to play. And we're going to also play... Let's waste a little bit of time. Flare of Cultivation. Sack the Stalwart. Grab a couple of forests. Put one on the battlefield. Other one in our hand. Yep, that's fine. Boost up the Galta. 14-14 coming in your face with Trample. You gonna block it with anything. Don't take as much damage. Yep, 2-3. That's it. Takes 11. Yeah, he gets to get a forest, I guess. Or a basic land card. Which will probably be a mountain or plains. If it's a forest. Oh, well, I guess I called it. And this is your... response. Portal to Phyrexia. Yep, sack the rest of your board. We're gonna have to discard quite a bit here. It's gonna be that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Actually, no. That one. There we go. And we're in the winning position here in case... Well, if our opponent has a board wipe, that would really hurt us. Actually, it would kind of help us with Portal to Phyrexia. Galta can... come back out there. Can cheat out more stuff from our hand. Get more card advantage off of Tribute. So yeah, we're pretty much protected from a board wipe. Thanks to Portal to Phyrexia. Plays a Plains. Anything else? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Alright, Portal to Phyrexia. Let's see what we can get. I should have discarded like one of our bombs, but I guess it's okay. We'll get the Ranging Raptors back. We're going to use your dinosaurs against you, buddy. Shoot to the World Tree. We're going to boost it up to a 4-5. Yep. Okay. Wow. Hello, Warren Klex Jr. That doesn't double or half counters, but it's just a big green creature with haste and trample. Nyx Bloom Ancient. This is just getting out of hand. 10-10. Here we go. Swinging in for hopefully a game unless he has... I don't even think anything can save him at this point. Hope Teferi's Protection can. Never mind. Yep, all that damage is nullified. But Kona still triggers, which will let us get the Nyx Bloom Ancient. Pretty much infinite mana. Discard the Funeral Longboat. Pass the turn. Play the commander again? Maybe. Oh, I should have discarded the other really stupid card in our hand again. Let's hope our opponent has, like, opponent discards their entire hand or something like that. Alright, Pant Laser. Fanatic of Veronis. Ooh, that's not great. We can add some green mana, I guess. We're gonna grab the... Oh, we're not gonna grab anything because our opponent decides to concede. I don't really have to explain that game. It just got out of hand really quickly. And thanks to Galta being Galta, we were able to take that easy win. On to the final game. Final game 5, our hand is looking really good here. We're going against a mirror match. Another Kona. Who's going to get the bombs first? Forest of his own, we draw a Defense of the Heart. We're going to play a Snow-Covered Forest, and then we're just going to pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent does. Plays a Snow-Covered Forest of his own. What? He has a Snow-Covered Forest and then regular forests. That's interesting. Relic of Legends, pass the turn. Hope that he doesn't have removal. And then we can get our Unnatural Growth probably out there. He's going to get his Kona. Most likely, unless he has something else. Chromatic Lantern. Okay. Interesting include. Hard Bristle Bandit. Okay, so just some more creatures he can get out there. We are going to use Relic of Legends to tap for green. We're going to tap that. Go to combat. Second main, we're going to get an Unnatural Growth out there. And then we will just pass the turn after that. We do have a Tamiyo Safekeeping in case he gets something like a Koga out there. Or a Thorn Mammoth to start fighting anything. He's looking at the Unnatural Growth. If he does have removal or fighting spells of some sort, we can Tamiyo Safekeep it because it is target permanent. Chimley the Inner Sun is going to be an issue. We're going to double our Kona, but that doesn't do anything. Chimley or Chimil. Let's see. Cerulean Caretaker is what he gets for free. We can't do anything about it. Yep, that's fine. We draw a Snow-Covered Forest. We're going to play that. We are also going to play a Defense of the Heart here. And then we're just going to go to combat. We're going to swing in with our 8/6. We won't have any permanents to play. He does decide to take all of the damage. We only have instant and sorceries in our hand. And then we're just going to pass the turn. So let's hope that our opponent does not have something that can get rid of our Defense of the Heart. Otherwise, we're pretty much in the first place zone. Kona comes out there. He can tap it with the Cerulean Caretaker. But even if he does have an attempt to get rid of the Defense of the Heart, we can Tamiyo Safekeeping it. Poison Dart Frog. Okay. Let's see what else gets out there. Llanowar Elves again. So just a ton of ramp. Unnatural Growth boosts our Kona. Let's see what trigger he gets off of his Kona. Thorn Mammoth. Yep. Targets Kona. We're going to Tamiyo Safekeeping our Kona to keep it out there. He can't target it. He says nice. We're going to say thanks in response. He discovers 5. Relic of Legends of his own. Defense of the Heart, we're going to sack it. No response. Perfect. Okay, what are we going to get? We need something that's going to win the game for us. So let's do the Zapandrel here. And do we have any flyers? I don't think we do. That can enter with haste. We'll do the Zapandrel, and I guess we'll do the Surrak and Goreclaw. Give the Zapandrel haste. We draw a Snow-Covered Forest. We're gonna Finale of Devastation here for 5. Actually, hold on. For 6. Auto pay, use Relic of Legends. We're going to tap the Kona. Let's see if our opponent does anything in response. We're going to search our library, obviously. And now we are going to go with a Kogla. We're going to fight using Kogla. We're going to target the Hard Bristle Bandit. And we're going to boost it up using the, well, not the Kogla, the Surrak and Goreclaw. He gives Poison Dart Frog Death Touch, which is fine. Yep. Great, we fight it, go to combat, get double boosts on power and toughness. They all have trample. Swinging with the 20-28 and a 32-37. We're going to pop the Chimley. And I think this should be game no matter what here. Yep, he blocks with that. Double blocks. It does not matter because it does have trample. We're going to go to damage. Let that go through. And yep, that is a pretty easy W. Even though it was against a mirror deck, we did outpace our opponent. And having the Unnatural Growth quite early was hard for our opponent to stop. Along with the Defense of the Heart being kind of broken, it was a pretty quick win for us. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe because it would be greatly appreciated. And if you would like more of this content, please consider checking out my channel. Thank you.